The college basketball transfer portal has over 1,100 players in it, and Big Ten teams are swarming, looking to find the best talent available. Today, we've got updates on three standout players in the transfer portal who are trending toward Big Ten teams, or at least are close to it. The portal's a wide open, wild, wild place right now. It's the madness outside of March Madness. No player on your roster is safe, and no price tag on a transfer seems too large. I'm your host of the Big Ten Huddle, JR, and if you like content like this, give us a like, subscribe. We do 3 episodes times a week. We also give you some extra stuff like this, and we keep you up to date on the entire Big Ten in a way that is real, informative, and entertaining. In this video, we're going to talk about three players in the portal who could very likely end up at Big Ten teams next year. Let's break it down and see where they might land. The first one we're going to be talking about is Donovan Dent from UNLV. Really good channel here, recapping a lot of these guys. So I'm going to play this video here and I'll let you guys watch this while we talk about him. First up, Donovan Dent, the Mountain West Player of the Year from New Mexico. This 6'2" point guard is a top 3 prospect in the 2025 transfer portal class, and he's got the stats to back it up. 20.4 points per game, 6.4 assists, and shooting 40.9% from the 3 this last season. He's crafty, speedy, playmaker who led the Lobos to the NCAA tournament's second round and almost gave Michigan State a run for their money in that one to take the win. And now he is the prize every blue blood program wants. According to On3, there is a 2-horse race between UCLA and Kentucky. Early chatter leaned Kentucky, but they've got momentum. A Sweet 16 game today against Tennessee, could spell disaster for them as they lost to Tennessee, and big NIL bucks to throw around. But don't underestimate the Bruins, as UCLA has been creeping up fast. Dent's from Corona, California, just outside of LA, and he's got ties to the program, including a former high school teammate, Eric Freeney, also already on the roster. 24/7 Sports has hinted on Thursday that UCLA might be the team to beat, but why UCLA over Kentucky, though? Proximity to homes is a big factor, and the Bruins need a point guard badly. Dylan Andrews flamed out this last season, and he's hit the portal. Dent's a perfect fit. 17 points, 8 assists, and a win over UCLA this year. And as I always say, don't be surprised if coaches end up going after players in the portal that they face that year. It's an opportunity to maybe talk to the player, see the player against your defense. I mean, the best way to scout a player is to watch them against the exact defense you ran against them. Kentucky is still in it by all means, no doubt, but I'm leaning toward UCLA here. I think they could pull it off. Dent's decision could come quick, so keep your eyes peeled. He's not following his old head coach Richard Pitino anywhere, and Duke, Gonzaga, and Louisville are fading. This one's a toss-up, but UCLA's got the edge in my mind. Next, let's take a look at Christoph Tilly, the 7-foot German big man from Santa Clara, who has Big Ten teams in Illinois and Ohio State literally calling him today. Tilly had a breakout junior year, 12.5 points per game, 4.9 rebounds per game, and a very nice 55.4% from the field, earning him second team all WCC honors. He's a modern big man who can stretch the floor a bit, 31.5% from 3, though he doesn't shoot many. He's not he is a plug and play type of option for his final season of eligibility. Today, Tilly had Zoom calls with both Illinois and Ohio State, and the word is both went well. Ohio State's pitching to him a starting role. It makes sense, even with a thin front court after losing Austin Parks and Mahaffey. They really only have Ivan Nigovin, I believe that's how you say it, and Aaron Bradshaw left as scholarship centers. Tilly could pair with Devin Royal or Sean Stewart, or maybe a new transfer power forward they get in there. Tilly could give the Buckeyes some much needed size and scoring down low. Illinois, though, is taking a different approach with how they're talking to him a little bit, or not how they're talking, what they're talking to him about a little bit. Fans have been saying he would be the sixth man off the bench. They've got Tomislav Visic, but Merez Johnson Jr. did just enter the transfer portal. And from what people are saying, it was a bit of an unexpected surprise for not just the fans, but the coaches possibly as well. So Tilly might be a backup with big minutes, or Illinois' coaching staff could see enough versatility to put him in the starting lineup with Tomislav Visic. The truth is, Mraz Johnson entering the transfer portal really shook things up for Illinois. Tilly is not Johnson's replacements, not by any means. He is not Mraz Johnson. So whatever Brad Underwood decides to do, I can't imagine it would just be to plug Tilly in for the Mraz Johnson role. I'll keep you posted as that develops, but for now, Tilly seems to be a better fit. It seems to be a fit that could be for both teams, but he seems to be a fit that is more promising for Ohio State in a better role for them as well. And if it comes down to NIL, Ohio State could possibly offer that and make it a showcase. So that could just tip the scales in their favor, right? His rebounding is a weak spot, though. Only 4.9 per game isn't elite for a 7-footer, but his efficiency passing 1.9 assists make him valuable. He seems much more like a relief player for Visic than a replacement for Mraz Johnson. Gonzaga and Florida were sniffing around here at 1.2, but the Big Ten's got the inside track after today's calls. If we don't hear anything more on calls or visits elsewhere, I'd put my money on the Buckeyes in this one, especially if they sell him on being the big man starting in Columbus, and I think it could be something big for him. Now we've got Oscar Cluff, the crown jewel of the portal, #1 overall in On3's transfer portal rankings. This 6'11" Aussie from South Dakota State, that's interesting. Aussie from South Dakota State is a double-double machine. 17.6 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game as well, plus all Summit first team, all defensive honors. He's visiting Purdue starting Sunday, March 30th, through Tuesday, then jetting off to Iowa State right after. Doesn't he just seem like the type of guy that would go to Matt Painter, right? Okay, he's not 7'4" or anything like that. I'm not talking about Zach Edey, but he's a dominant big who is relentless down low and can rebound with anyone, and seems like exactly the type of guy who this team needs next year. Purdue fans are hyped, and deservedly so. Cluff is a rebounding beast, a top defensive rebounding rate in the country, and a legit post scorer at that. Even if he's not a shooter, he shot like 5 for 7 this past year, which I guess percentage-wise is a shooter, but it's just not the volume that you need. It's just not his game, right? He is no doubt the best center in the portal, especially for a team led by Matt Painter. A step above Iowa's Owen Freeman, if you ask me, though there could be some arguments about the Summit League stats. They won't fully translate to the Big Ten, and I get that. But let's also remember where he would be going, to Matt Painter, who would turn him into an all Big Ten type of player, or at least an all Big Ten honorable mention type of player, and he would terrorize the rest of the league. Purdue seems to be pitching him as kind of a Caleb First replacement. Obviously, you want to get somebody in other than him. He's done a good job of holding that job down this year. I mean, they're in the Sweet 16, but you pair him with a Trey Kaufman-Wren. I mean, that's like the Twin Towers down there. Cluff cleaning up the glass at the very least would add something more to this front court. I'm not sure what would even happen if Purdue wins and plays on Sunday, in the Elite Eight. I'm recording this while the game is going on. I think Purdue might be winning right now. I'm recording it while it's going on, but I'm positive they will at least find a way to make it happen if he is still willing to visit. This is the transfer portal era after all. Cluff's got 1 year left, and Purdue seems to be all in. Iowa State's still a threat as well. Joshua Jefferson's a dynamic fit for him, but Purdue's visit feels real. If Cluff wanted to go someplace to make the NIL offer skyrocket, right, to make it more, bigger for Iowa State, he could have gone a number of different places to do that. The Big Ten's a transfer portal hotbed. Those are by no means the only players close to Big Ten teams. There is a ton of talent to be chased after, but Dent, Tilly, and Cluff are the ones with updates today. Dent's trending to UCLA. Tilly's got an Ohio State and Illinois fighting over him, and Cluff's visit to Purdue could shake up the league. More news is coming. Indiana, Michigan, others, they're all popping up on boards and people that are interested. So hit the like button, subscribe, stay in the loop, and I'll keep you up to date and posted on these three and beyond as the portal heats up even more. Who's your pick to land these guys? Drop it in the comments, and let's keep the conversation rolling. Thanks.